Rockstar is very well known for its GTA games, but did you know that they also created one of the most amazing racing games of all time? It's got everything: over-the-top action, intense racing, flying cars,
Captain Kirk's nipples.
no, literally racing on the rooftops, an intricate open world that's brimming with life. And all this Rockstar managed way back in 2003. What's up guys, join me as I take you back in time and introduce you to one of my favorite racing games of all times that also happened to come out from Rockstar stables. Midnight Club 2. Picture this, it's early 2000s, Fast and Furious just released and everyone wants to cash in on some of its hype, where Rockstar's rivals opted for a safer design choice, that is linear level designs for their games. Rockstar decided to grace Midnight Club 2 with a full-fledged open world, dynamic weather, and a traffic system that seems to have a mind of its own, which can either be termed as a nuisance or a gem depending upon who you ask. Trust me when I say this, it's one of a kind experience. If you haven't played Midnight Club 2, you're missing out on something truly breathtaking. Before we proceed further, let's talk about the elephant in the room: game's difficulty. This game can be cruel. First of all, as I already mentioned before, game is crazily fast-paced and comprises of clearing checkpoints set in an open world with a dynamic traffic system that seems to have a mind of its own. This game will teach you to stay humble at all times, as one wrong turn, one collision, one missed checkpoint could snatch that assured victory from your laps. There may come a time where even after giving your best, that perfect, flawless race, you might end up making one mistake near the finish line and boom, you're lost. There are a lot of things that can go wrong. You couldn't make that checkpoint in time, or you could not cut through that narrow shortcut, or a tanker decided to come in front of you and you ended up losing control. Or you were just minding your own business when suddenly this NPC decided to play Russian roulette in the middle of heavy traffic. There are a lot of things that can go against the player.
Murphy's Law.
When you're closer to the finish and end up losing, it may seem like the end of the world. You might feel like quitting the game in rage and break that controller in half. But then you suddenly come to your senses and realize that controllers aren't cheap. So you decide to persist and give it one more try, not giving in to the incessant beatdown game is giving you.
One defeat, too much shame. Come on, again.
You feel like a junkie on pills as you continue restarting the race each time you fail, telling yourself it's gonna be a win this time. This game will test your patience, your resolve. So when you do finally get that sweet victory, you'd get a sense of achievement, smell of success. All of a sudden, now the game doesn't feel all bad, and you remember why you kept replaying.
I have seen keener skills on a pig.
Why? Because it's mad, fast-paced fun, the feeling of rush that just cannot be replicated anywhere else. And no other racing game comes close to this feeling of sheer speed, over-the-top fun, and unpredictable madness.
I'm ashamed to even look at you.
We start our journey free roaming in the city. We must find our fellow street racers and they will only engage with the player when we flash our beams at them.
Okay, punk, you follow me.
Then after a short scenic ride through the city, we are taken to the race point. This was quite a unique way of approaching races in those days. Before we could even begin racing, whole city was practically open for us to explore, which was again something that was leaps and bounds ahead of what Rockstar's competitors were dishing out. Now had Rockstar just stopped here, no one would have questioned them. But Rockstar, being Rockstar, decided to include 3 cities, and player must compete in a series of street races in each city. And only after the champion of that city is defeated, we get to progress forward. These cities are no joke either and can put some modern games to shame. These are huge with actual people walking along the sideways, with dense traffic. Apart from the normal top surface, we can also explore hidden shortcuts, secret entries and whatnot, making these cities feel alive.
Damn, girls are better than you bunch.
You can easily get lost just looking at all the sights of these cities, which is a testament to the level of detail devs went for.
Think you can race me in that car? Still, I must try to be nice, yo. Hey, bro, follow me.
So we start our campaign from LA.
See what you made me do?
And as I mentioned earlier, Fast and Furious has a very big influence on the title.
Burn out by holding your handbrake and hitting the gas.
So much so, there's a homage of sorts in the beginning of the game that sees us racing a guy in a muscle car that kind of resembles the final showdown of the movie. Here we also unlock burnouts, a cool mechanic which allows the cars to get faster start from the get-go.
Listen up, yo. The ride you just won from me as a kid is nitrous in it. Give it a squeeze whenever you need a little extra boost.
Enjoy the car, my friend. You got potential. Still got a lot to learn, though.
One thing I forgot to mention, that all these races are for the pink slip. After a few introductory races, we meet this guy.
Another rookie looking for a title shot. Try to take what's mine.
Once we defeat Dice, we get to move forward to the second city, Paris,
You ever drag Parisian streets at mega speeds?
where streets are congested and traffic is packed. This is the city where things will start to get interesting. And game will introduce some of the more outlandish mechanics whose in-game use case scenario can be considered more of a novelty than a compulsion. Paris will also introduce racing in underground tunnels and my personal favorite, racing on the rooftops,
You are a frustrating opponent.
which is just crazy by the way. Game also introduced nitrous, which gives you temporary boost in speed for those special occasions. Further, there's also a mechanic which, when unlocked, allows player to use unlimited NOS.
To get a nice speed landing, level out your car while it's in midair by using weight transfer.
To control our cars in between those mid-air jumps, weight transfer was added, giving players some control over how the car lands.
You got it easy if you can still walk.
As if this was not enough, MC2 also introduced bikes in the game.
To defeat 1,000 enemies is good, but the one who defeats himself is the greatest of warriors. I am sure you are master of something, though I do not know what.
Although driving these bikes presents a steep learning curve to them, but once mastered, bike proves to be a very quick and nimble vehicle in comparison with cars, especially when the traffic gets really dense. Bikes do not come equipped with NOS, but these are already so fast that adding NOS would have made these overkill. Player can use Slipstream Turbo or do a wheelie, which provides a boost in speed by defying the laws of physics. But then again, this is an arcade racer and certain creative liberties were taken by the developers. Game was so ahead of its times that most of the mechanics that it introduced would slowly end up being adopted by its rival. So where were we? Yes, in Paris, trying to get a name matched as the greatest street racer of the world. Now game is so random that in one of these races we end up meeting this guy.
He looks too young to be a cop. I will give him the honor of racing an internationally renowned fugitive.
And after we're done with him, we get to race this guy, a police officer who's after Fareed's car. I mean, what the? After losing the race in a bizarre twist of sorts, he just lets us go.
Fareed's secrets may be lost forever.
And we move on to the next city, Tokyo. This is where things get serious and tense very fast.
Hey, Tiger, it's Gina. Oh, am I glad you're here. I'm in serious trouble with the Yakuza because that sleepball Ricky screwed me over. You're the only one who can help. Find Kenichi as soon as you can.
In one big twist, our friend Gina, yes, this beautiful lady, gets involved with the Yakuza, Japanese gangsters, and asks us for help. So we jump in to save the beautiful lady in distress without thinking twice. After some filler races and in one anticlimax of sorts, we meet Kenichi, this guy.
If I don't get what Gina owes me, I'll rip you apart!
He is Yakuza, and after losing the first race, he takes it upon himself to teach the player a lesson.
He kept his word. The girl is free, but I need to teach him respect. Gina and I are square. Now it's between just you and me.
So the next race is one of the most intense races of the game. Picture this, it's raining heavily and a bunch of maniacs are racing on the streets, jam-packed with traffic. This becomes a chaotic mess very quickly, as you would find yourself crashing due to your own mistakes, and most of the times due to your enemy's mistakes. Then the incessant rain that's pouring in makes the car's handling, let's just say, a giant pain in the butt. This is easily hands down one of the best races of the game.
I'm not interested in anything you have to say. Drive!
After winning, we must defeat a mini-boss of sorts, and then go on to unlock the final boss, World Champion Sabo.
A new challenger. My pathetic existence. It has come to this. Okay, you, race me then.
Who's driving this dream of a car that sort of looks like Celine S7. Since Sabo is the last boss, we must defeat him in all the 3 cities, each city having multiple races in it. Staying true to the title, these races are intense, fast-paced and tend to be long, where endurance also becomes one of the key factors. I personally love the challenge Sabo presents, but for some reason, yours truly always gets stuck in this time trial.
How are you supposed to beat me if you don't have a car?
No matter what I do, I have never been able to clear it on my first try. It's always by some miracle that the stage gets cleared.
What are you doing? How do you expect to win making such obvious mistakes?
No matter what way I take, whomsoever I follow, it always feels like the game is cheating on me. The guy I generally tend to follow ends up finishing last.
What are you doing? You are destroying the car!
Graphics wise, game can be scaled up to any resolution on PC, provided your PC can handle it. Scaling the game on higher resolution presents this weird issue where the map does not scale up and it becomes very difficult to see where the next checkpoint is going to be. Without having a functional map, finishing the game becomes almost impossible. I have searched extensively on the internet for a resolution without success as of yet. Now, I have had the pleasure of experiencing the game on both consoles and PC, and trust me when I say this, it's on a whole different level on PC. First thing that you would immediately notice that the game looks way better than its console counterparts, and then the frame rate of the game is unlocked. The game was basically designed for consoles by locking the game's frame rate at 30 frames per second. But on PC, game's frame rate can go as fast as your monitor's refresh rate, and since almost all monitors tend to have a minimum of 60Hz refresh rate, the game also plays at 60 FPS by default. This unlocked frame rate on PC is the real kicker here and completely changes the behavior of the game, car's handling and physics. This is why the game feels like over the top, fast-paced, mad fun on PC. MC2 features a wide array of soundtracks for each city, with house and hip-hop for LA, electronic music in Paris, and trance and techno for Tokyo. MC2's music may seem odd in the beginning, but it literally grows on you as the time passes. Moreover, one gets used to any type of music when it's repeated oftentimes, as is the case here. You're bound to get stuck on some of these races. There are quite a few songs that are a personal favorite of mine, and I would love to play some of them, but due to YouTube's copyright restrictions, I cannot. And for some reason, if you do not wish to listen to the in-game music, like GTA games, MC2 also gave PC players option to include custom MP3 files. And these songs are presented as a separate radio station in-game. I mean, how cool is that? No doubt I'm all gung-ho for the game, but there are certain things that I would like to change about the game. Firstly, police encounters are a joke in the game. Police is rather non-existent, and the little encounters that we do have are rather unimpressionable, to say the least. Then there's a damage system to the cars, where our cars can get destroyed completely, but it is more so visually than anything else. Damaging the car does not change its handling. Further, after blowing up your car in flames, we get it back brand new within seconds, which sort of removes the whole point of the damage, as there are no repercussions for it. But these things are just nothing more than minor nitpicking on my part. The cars featured in the game are all replicas of their real-world counterparts. For some reason, maybe cost-cutting, Rockstar opted to not go for licensed cars. The lack of licensed cars does not really hurt the game. In all, there are over 30 vehicles to choose from, cars, bikes to police cruisers. All of these vehicles are presented with a nice amount of detail and look good even when you have damaged them to the point of no return. One more thing that Rockstar did not include was customization options for the cars. I guess they really had too much on their plate.
Something is not right. I tell you now, amigo mio.
Further, after beating the game, we can unlock cheat codes, and one of my favorite cheat code has to do with upping the difficulty of the game. If you're feeling rather adventurous, then use this cheat code. This will scale the difficulty of the game's AI to the max. And if you found AI to be tough on the normal difficulty, wait till you enable this cheat code. You will understand the real pain as AI will make fewer mistakes, and it's a fun little way to boost up the game's difficulty if after frequent replays you start to feel somewhat invincible.
Hey, that's right. Not that way.
MC2 is a great game, and unfortunately, I don't think so the game can be bought legally these days. If you were lucky, you bought the game on Steam, or you own a PS2 copy, kudos, but for the rest, the game has been discontinued by Rockstar, which is quite frustrating to say the least. There are other ways you can procure the game if you truly wish to experience it today, but I won't be mentioning that here.
Come on, be more careful. You're my greatest hope to end all this.
Midnight Club 2 is still the OG rage inducer, fun little arcade racer from Rockstar that seems to be on steroids. It will feel like a masterfully crafted symphony when you're traversing through its world at high speeds, raining down chaos upon its inhabitants, and at times a poor mess with difficulty issues when things do not go as per plan. This game will teach you never to give up, no matter how grim the situation might seem. And in return, Midnight Club 2 will ask one thing from you: your unyielding desire to win. No matter what the situation, whatever the odds are, you must believe in yourself.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
It's still my #1 go-to game whenever I wish to just have some arcade fun with no limits and no bars. They truly do not make games like these anymore. One of a kind game, a ridiculously fast-paced, insane racer which is still inimitable to this day. That's it for this video guys, thanks for watching.